Time for the opening drive.
Voted the best sports show in New Mexico
for 5 years running. It's the OD in the AM with Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck.
Well, we were asking the other day, what if the Enchantment loses to the alumni game? What if? And they, even if they lost the way they set it up, they wouldn't have lost. But, I mean, it wouldn't have been like Nigeria beating the United States or anything like that, would it? Boy, if you were there, good for you. And I think if you weren't there, you're probably going, gosh, I wish I was last night. Good environment by every account, and looking forward to recapping and retalking and reliving the Enchantment's 134-131 victory over Team JB White, and explain to you why it wasn't as close as the score makes it. The Bucks winners last night, 120-100. You got a series in the NBA. Italy beat England 1-1 on penalty kicks to win the Euro Cup. Joker wins again in tennis's biggest stage. We got all kinds of stuff to do. United win, play again tonight. USA Soccer wins. Alex Bregman's coming to town. What's good, y'all? Merry Monday. How you living?
What it do? Living good, and what a weekend it was.
Quite the weekend. Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck, glad you're with us on a Monday morning. We got just a ton to go through today. Phone number for you to get in, 505-246-0610. That's area code 505-246-0610, Quan's Auto Care hotline. That also serves as the NMDOT text line, so you can send us texts there as well if that is something that makes it easier for you to participate. Emails Jeff or JJ at sportsanimallabq.com. On the Twitter, it's _JJ Buck, and on the Facebook, the OD in the AM. All right, you were out there last night, and well, what happened right there? My voice is losing. That's what happens when you spend, you have, well, that doesn't matter. I didn't get back in time. I was in Colorado Springs for 505 Lacrosse's lacrosse tournament, and I'll get into that later. So I didn't get back in time to see Enchantment and the Team JB White and the dunk contest. It sounds like it was terrific. I for the life of me, I've heard anywhere from 27 to 35 to 4,000 people. So I'll go with somewhere in the area of 3,000. Don't know why more people wouldn't go out at $10, but everybody that I've seen post about it, talk about it, write about it, had a great time. The last ones were great events. And it sounds like this one was really fun, too.
Just smiles.
Yeah.
People enjoying themselves. Players happy to be back. Fans happy to see those players. A lot of friendships, acquaintances. You hear it in the stands like, hey, Butter. Oh, hey, Jamal. Hey. And then the guy's like, oh, what's up? And just thought it was really fun atmosphere to be around. Just leaving with a smile. The guys were happy to be there, excited for this opportunity. And just seeing all the other little things that they did. You know, they had a little video beforehand honoring some of the Lobos that passed away. Of course, it was Team Scarborough versus Team JB White. And then just the Papa Brown three-point contest, Miranda Sanchez dunk contest, all the little things that B. Mason Company did to really make this about the community and state. And then the focus was on the players. And it was a relaxed atmosphere, having some fun, going back and forth. But you see, get a little bit excited. You know, some of the dudes that you expect to look good did. Anthony Mathis looked fantastic. And then J.R. Giddens, the dude, he said it post-game, he actually had to lose 10 pounds to get back in basketball shape, and he's ready to go.
36-year-old J.R. Giddens, who lost the 10 pounds and went up and won the dunk contest. And
10 pounds of muscle.
Yeah. Is that what he said?
He said, I was gym strong,
just
I had to get basketball strong.
I was way too yoked? Is that the deal?
Yes.
For him to win the dunk contest, it sounds like Chad Toppert gave Anthony Mathis a pretty good run for the Papa Brown three-point contest, which would have been really appropriate as Chad played for Mike Brown at the academy. Chad was my favorite going in, only because everybody was on Mathis. Everybody was on Mathis going in, so I liked Chad, and it sounds like Chad put on a pretty good show.
He did, and I love what they did because the TBT is going to have a three-point competition.
But it's no racks.
And it's no racks.
Yeah.
And so it's first to 11. You have a shooter and you have a rebounder. And it's fun because you're going head-to-head on the court at the same time. So you kind of don't know what the guy behind you is doing. You have one bad miss, a long rebound that could cost you 2 or 3 shots. So it was a really fun atmosphere, dynamic. A lot of people getting to know what the TBT is all about. And then especially the ending, which does change everything. When the clock is off, target score is there, and it's a different type of basketball for these guys.
All right, so set the inning, because people are going to see the score and just go, huh, that team isn't very good, and in fact, they are very good. So they do the Elam ending, and the Elam ending, and I'm going to let you set it up, but what the Elam ending is, you get to a target score. There's no time, okay? They turn the clock off in the fourth quarter, right? And they add points to the winning team. I think it's 8 points at a certain point, right? And so you're going to look at the score and go, damn, how was this game so close? But it really wasn't.
It wasn't. The Enchantment are absolutely rolling in control of this contest. But so what happens in the basketball tournament? So the first timeout under 4 minutes.
Yeah, they go to the 4 minute mark, right? Yeah.
So the first timeout under 4 minutes, they add 8 points to whatever the leading team score is, and that is the target score. So first team to that number wins the game. So the clock is off. It's that number. It's there for both teams. And so what they did is
no matter where the other team was, yeah. And in this case,
since it was such a large margin,
it was a 40-point game. It was 124 to 84.
They reset the score, gave a 2-point lead to Team JB White just to put the Enchantment under a little bit of pressure, execution, final possession, what it's going to be like when you get to the basketball tournament, chasing that target score. It's fun because it's one where you can't foul. Like, you have to play basketball. Yeah. That's what they really try to do, because if you foul when you're in the Elam ending, it's one free throw on the basketball for the team.
Yeah, I see Bob, like, you going, I don't like it. And so that's the whole point of this is to take away the end of the game. You foul them and send them to the line. The last minute and a half takes 45 minutes. What this is okay, 4 minutes left. We're adding 8 points to the top score. That's our target. Whoever first to that number wins. And so the team who's playing from behind can't just foul you and put you at the free throw line and to extend the clock. So it's been done more. I'm not I don't love it either. It's interesting. I don't hate it, but I still like playing the clock out. Here's the set time. It's kind of like the whole open time thing, like in soccer. Let's add a random 6 minutes. It's not like that, but so it's different. And this TBT does it different. A lot of things differently. They do the 3-point contest differently.
Yeah, no, it just sounds odd.
It's fantastic.
Why don't you make it a rule that after 4 minutes, if you foul somebody, you're out of the game and you can't be replaced.
All right, you can do that. All right.
That could be on the table.
And if you're going to make up strange rules.
Well, who else uses this Elam system? The TBT does, but I
think there's a couple other tournaments out there that use it, and it just brings a totally different dynamic to the end of the game.
Yeah.
Different set of pressure.
And that's their point. They want to be different.
Yeah, and it works really good for this type of basketball tournament.
Yeah, they want to be different. The game ended. It was 131-131. Darrington Hobson came down, stepped over half court. What about 2 steps over half court, and launched a 3 and banked it in. Ball game. And what? That's how the game ended. It was 131-131. Target score was 134. Darrington Hobson with Anthony Mathis on his team and everybody else out there. He had Philip McDonald out there who was lighting it up. Walked across. Was it 2 steps? You going to give him 3?
Couple.
All right. The couples too.
Yep.
Over half court and launched a bomb bank shot. Did he call bank? He says he.
I don't know if he called bank, but he said he was talking to the bench on the way down, saying, "I'm ending it right here."
He said he says, "I'm going to bank it in." So Butta Banks went in, 15 points for him. Philip McDonald, 25, huh? He looked pretty good.
He did.
So you got to see this team. So the whole point of it, well, there were 2 points of this. Lobo alumni, bring everybody back, have fun, enjoy yourself, and then get this team ready for the tournament that starts this coming week in Wichita against the Stillwater Stars. You saw them. Can they make a run?
I really like the backcourt. A couple of guys that really opened my eyes were Pancake Thomas and Eno Jackson.
Okay.
Those guys look really good, in shape, quick, dynamic. I was excited to see Jamal Smith, and he lived up to the billing. The dude can shoot. He's going to kind of help be that calming force in the backcourt. Of course, J.R. Giddens, doesn't matter if he's been retired for a year. If he's playing basketball, he's going to go 110. I didn't see a lot just in the game yesterday of Tim Williams, but he looks ready to go, and you can bring him off the bench behind Drew Gordon, Michael Holyfield, have some of that depth inside. I like the makeup of this team, and it looks like there might be one more addition outside of Ramon Martinez is going with him.
All that.
And Derek Thompson said they were working on one more guy, and that's what happened. It's Matura Maker couldn't make it. He was the guy they announced on the roster, so they had a couple open spots. They've been practicing this last week. Some guys opening their eyes, so we'll see who that final dude is they're trying to get to go with them to Wichita.
All right. If you were there last night, I'd love your thoughts. I would really, really like to hear what you thought about it. I got some more thoughts on it. I want your thoughts on how some guys look. We're going to get into the NBA, all kinds of things. 505-246-0610. Hey, this is the time. It's been the time, and it is the time to refinance your mortgage. A mortgage refinance can help lower your interest rates, reduce your monthly payments, or you can access some of your home equity as cash. But what does it take to get started? How do you know if it's right for you? That's the easy part. Do yourself a favor. Call my friends at American Financing, America's home for home loans. I like American Financing because they have this free, no obligation mortgage review. That means there's no pressure. There's no upfront. There's no hidden fees. Just a simple conversation with them around ways that you can save up to $1,000 a month. That's right, a month. Why? Because their mortgage consultants look at your entire financial picture. So they're able to save you the most money. They're really in it for you. And they'll get you pre-qualified for free. All you got to do is call them. Call them. 423-551-6525. That's 423-551-6525. Or visit them online, AmericanFinancing.net and MLS 182334 and MLSConsumerAccess.org.
Jeff Jarrett is colorful, to say the least, and he knows a lot.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened?
Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom has portable AC units for rent. Applications include server rooms, retail outlets, healthcare facilities, laboratories, convenience stores and truck stops, events, concerts, and weddings. All of these units are 120-volt plug and play. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Micah, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning. Welcome to Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
Center fielder, Caden Bell on first. Here's the pitch to Heath. Struck him out. And great pitching by Alvarado. That'll do it for the Tigers in the top of the fifth.
A great crowd for a mid-afternoon game. Swing and a miss, and there's a strikeout, number 5 for Matt Romero.
Smith talking to the batter here. That's a, oh, wow. Nice, and that's an out.
I tell you, that gets over the head of the right fielder. That's going to bring in 2 runs. As Adrian Martinez with the RBI double.
Towards the latter part. Pitch, and that's other way for a single. That's going to score 2. That makes the score 9-0. So RBI double. That's going to make it. That's it. It's 10 runs there.
1-0's the count. And this one's high. It's going deep. And it's going to fall in. He's digging for third, and he gets there. Ezra Mestas with the 3-bagger. He gets the triple, and 2 more runs scored.
Steal to third base.
He brought the hot sauce for strike 3.
I'm a little surprised with the announced crowd, and you know, it's one of those, if you don't vote, do you have a right to complain? I wasn't there. I didn't get back in town until 7:15, and you know, what's my excuse? I was with my daughter's travel lacrosse team, and we were in Colorado Springs, and got back too late. I couldn't get there. I was trying to, but if you were there, I just don't understand what people like. Why do you think the crowd wasn't bigger? Because you know, I hate talking about the people who weren't there, and so I don't want to make this the big issue. I'm just kind of curious, why wouldn't this have been something that really fired people up? Is that a Lobo basketball? I mean, even if you're not a Lobo basketball fan now, you probably, you know, the ones who were 10, 8, 4, 15 years ago, this was your night.
And I think that's a good question for people that didn't go, whether they couldn't fit it in their calendar, they didn't hear about it, just didn't interest them. Because I'm all about events when you can just go and have fun.
Yeah.
And really, when you look at it, you're not leaving frustrated. You're not like, oh, that person can't coach, that person can't play.
Hey.
They positive.
Everybody's calling the post-game show and screaming at you.
Event,
yeah.
which was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I don't get it. All right, Richard Pitino was there. Did they do anything? Did they introduce him? How they handle that?
So they did not do anything along those lines.
Okay.
He was there pregame, talking to some fans and the players. They did have a pre-game gathering with Richard Pitino.
Good.
All the alumni.
Perfect.
The current team was there, so all those guys did mingle, get together.
Good.
Talk to each other.
Yeah, and I'm sure he embraced them. And look, he gets it. He's bright. He wants to embrace the past. He's not looking to erase it and come in and cancel it and do anything. He wants to bring it back to where they were. And so I'm glad he was there and embraced that. How was you just told me, and I didn't know this, Jaquan was on the roster, Jaquan Lyle. He no-showed?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the reason was. I'm sure there was a lot of dynamics involved. We talked about what it has taken just to get the Enchantment roster together, let alone a team to play against them. Lyle wasn't there.
Yeah, I saw Kendall Williams' video on Twitter yesterday. These guys are all professional something. Many of them playing pro ball, and they're all around the globe, not even around the country. I mean, we talked to 4 guys last week who have played everywhere from Israel to Brazil to Turkey to Pickett.
Russia.
Yeah. So, all right. Elijah Brown, reception was what? Mixed?
I didn't hear any boos.
All right, so just kind of,
kind of like a
golf clap? Okay.
Little golf clap.
Who got the big, during intros, who got the biggest cheer?
You saw, I think, like Darrington Hobson got a big one.
Yeah.
And Drew Gordon, so some of the Enchantment players, Sherry Giddens.
How was Anthony?
Anthony got a strong applause.
So people appreciated him back. All right. And look, I get it, the ones who didn't understand it, and the conversation we had with him last week, you and I have always liked him. I thought it was peculiar, but understood the peculiar decision he made, right? At the time, and I knew that there was a tie. I didn't know the Pritchard tie at the time. But I remember when it all went down, I thought, wow, UNM just did all this to get him eligible. And he's like, cool, thanks, I'm going to go play over there. And I thought at the time, how do you do that? I understand it now. I respect it now. And as the young man told us the other day, he did what was best for him. He didn't regret it. It was his family. And he had to go out and make, do something. And it was a year that kind of fell out of the sky for him. So I got no ill will there. I don't have ill will against any of these guys. I mean, no, I think they all gave, when they were here, they all gave what they had to the University of New Mexico. Elijah's falling out. Elijah said a lot of things since gone that have been very cryptic. Elijah's the one I would love to talk to and just kind of, I know he doesn't feel like he's got to explain, but when you put out accusations like he has, it does feel like there needs to be some detail to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I definitely think he is the one guy out of all of them that there's that uncertainty, kind of edginess.
It just feels like there's a bad taste.
They've had guys before on social media, other logos kind of, I don't know what this dude's talking about. So, yes.
It just feels like he's the one that left with a bad taste. By the way, did you see the coaching job his dad did? His dad is coaching the Nigerian national team. Mike Brown?
Yes.
It's KD. Did you see the social media? Is Kevin Durant joining Nigeria now? You haven't seen that?
Next chapter. Yeah.
Rudy, good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. Hello, Rudy.
Good morning. Yeah, I was there. Man, it felt good to be back in the pit. Really did.
I'll bet it did. You have a good time?
Oh, yeah. Funny thing about time, everybody that was there was nobody there to be against Elijah or Mathis or anything. Everybody that was there was a Lobo fan, true and true. And we're there to honor those guys and say hi and watch them play ball. And I'm pretty impressed with this team.
Yeah, this is going to be fun to watch. Look, they could get run in the first game, but first of all, it's different, right? Isn't it different looking at them as grown men?
Yeah.
Like, you remember most of these guys running around as whatever, and it's funny. I just looking at the video that I've seen, I remember these guys, and you look at them as Lobos. Wow, they're athletic, they're big, and then you see them 3 to 12 years later and how they've developed as professionals, like Jamal Smith, right? His game as a grown-ass man is a different game than you watched him as a Lobo, isn't it?
I'll tell you, him and Anthony Jackson look dynamic.
Yeah, how about that?
And I was walking out of the pit, and I was talking to a couple of people, and I said, and I think that Coach Neal didn't want to play Anthony Mathis. That kid was lighting it up.
Yeah, I don't know what to think of it. We've gone through this so many times. Was Anthony just not ready to play? Did Craig just have something against him? And whatever happened, and Anthony alluded to it last week. Whatever it was, and I don't know that we'll ever hear the other side of that story.
Yeah, it might be nothing more than just he doesn't want his son to look bad compared to the other players. I have no clue. All I know is Pancake Thomas looked really good, too.
How about that?
That guy looks like he's still playing at a high level. I mean, the bigger guys, they had a little bit of a problem. But a week training here in Albuquerque at high altitude, when they go to Wichita, they're going to have plenty of legs. That's a pretty good team. And to add Ramon Martinez, because that's a guy that will give you 110%. He looked good.
Did he?
He looked good. He's grown up. Remember how skinny and gangly he was?
That's my whole point with all these guys' bodies, right? I mean, look at them as grown men and pros now. They've been working on their body. It's amazing what a pro athlete does, right? What's your job? To work out, to stay in shape.
Work out.
Yeah.
Work out, be in shape. Yeah. Got to talk to Kenny after the game, of course. He's hanging out with me, so you can maybe expect a phone call from him in a little bit. He's pretty excited about this because this is an opportunity to demonstrate to everybody that he knows how to coach, too.
Yeah.
And, the nice thing about Kenny is he had, 11 different coaches, 9 different coaches in 11 years of professional basketball. So he's seen about every kind of coach there is. And I think he's picked up some things. And, he just told the team, he said, listen, if you want to play defense.
Yeah.
That's going to be the key.
And that's what he said to us last week. I think Kenny, if he sticks with this and gets some opportunity, can be a heck of a coach. I think, to your point, the amount of different coaches he's played for and been with, and whether it's Larry Brown, whether from Dave Bliss and all the way through the pros, obviously, and I've always thought Kenny's had a terrific basketball IQ. Kenny's on the line, and we're going to talk to Kenny after the next break if he's able to hold, because we're going to take the break after.
Good.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to talking to him about that. I think that he's got an opportunity, and guys respect him and really, I think, react to Kenny well. And there's something about a guy who's been in the league 11 years. I mean, he's been where every one of those guys on that floor wanted to be, right?
Absolutely, and it was just such a great homecoming. A lot of people didn't even know about it because it's not basketball season.
Yeah.
They didn't have any money for advertising or anything, but I just thought they did a great job. It was the dunk contest. That's where you really see the guys' skills deteriorate a little bit because they just don't have the hops they used to. But getting still through a nasty dunk down, I'll tell you what, that's the guy that I think can really carry this team too. Between him and Butter, I think they have a real shot at this. It's going to be interesting, though. I'll be watching and supporting this thing. I hope they can maybe host it next year, too. Yeah. That would be awesome.
All right, Rudy, we'll talk to you during the week. Thank you. Rudy called us at 505-246-0610. I'm hoping Kenny can hold because we've got to take this break, and I want to give Kenny his time. Kenny Thomas, the coach of the Enchantment team, is called in, and hoping to get to him right after this break. Hey, International Protective Service, IPS, has watched my home for years. I've trusted them to patrol, watch my home. I was out of town this weekend. As you know, I had to go up for a lacrosse tournament. My daughter was playing. Called IPS. They come by. Sir, do you want us to pick up mail? Is there any packages that you're waiting for? They do exterior checks. Today was garbage day. If I wasn't back, they'd roll up the garbage cans to the curb and back. If your alarm goes off, they answer and respond within 5 to 7 minutes with armed, trained security officers. International Protective Service gives me peace of mind. They can do the same for you. Do not wait until you are a victim. Do not wait until it's too late. Call IPS and protect what's important to you, your family, your home, your business. 505-897-2420 is the number. That's area code 505-897-2420, or visit them online at ipsglobal.com.
Small ball team for Reed Fiegel this year. That one is hit on the line to the left. It's going to send Avila back to the warning track, to the wall, and he's going to watch it go. It's a solo homer off the bat of Bo Kidd. One 0 Eagles. Just when we were talking about small ball, the Eagles play long ball. That boy's well hit to left. Coming in on it is Morrison. He drops it, and the Ravens win it.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them.
Sports Animal. Action now on to the basketball tournament. TBT in the run for $1 million. Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck after Enchantment's victory last night in the pit in the alumni game. Good time turns into serious stuff a little bit. Well, a little bit, a lot bit. Kenny Thomas can tell us. He's the coach of the Enchantment team and, of course, the second leading scorer in the history of the program. One of the best ever after an 11-year career. Has been doing great in the NBA, been doing great things in our community, and appreciate you calling in, Kenny. How was last night? You have a good time?
Yeah, man. Thank you. Thank you, Jeff. What's up, JJ?
What's up, Kenny?
You have a good time last night, KT?
Man, last night was nice, man. People probably don't know this unless they were following me on social media. Right before COVID, I was coaching in Sacramento. I was coaching at American River Junior College. So for 2 years, as an assistant coach and kind of a recruiter. So the whole coaching thing, I mean, it's been there. But at the same time, it's one of those things. It's like if I'm not giving my knowledge to these kids, and I totally see myself coaching, and the only place that would happen, it would be at UNM. Like, I have so many different things going on business-wise, and people can go to KennyThomas.com and check out the different things that I have going, and more things are coming, and it was real exciting, man, especially the fact that these guys can play. And it was in an organized situation as far as us showing what we're actually capable of, and especially the guys being older now. And I really want to give a lot of respect to the current Lobo players and the girls Lobo team that came out and supported us. It was real nice to see that we were getting the support that we deserve, especially this community. The turnout was freaking amazing. So I just want to tell everybody in the city, thank you so much.
Yeah, that's cool. And now, so what do? You turn your focus, or I guess it's already been on coaching and getting ready, but now it's not about putting on a show on Sunday. Now it's about win or be done. Now you're coaching a basketball team in a tournament, and you got to start winning. So how do you change the focus when you work out this week starting today?
So starting today, we have practice this evening. Some guys have their day jobs and all that. We're going to get some more practices in as well. Over the last couple of days, I think the build-up was the excitement of this exhibition game for the fans and having the pit back open, because they haven't been in there since February of like 2020 or something like that, I think. And the environment was nice, and it was totally different for me because sitting in that one chair, Dave Bliss sat in that chair, and I've seen so many coaches sit in that head chair right there. So it was pretty nice. I think now, starting this evening, we're going to put in a few different sets. I want to get a lot of movement and a lot of motion because we got a lot of guys that can do different things. Butter, it's really nice how he can handle the ball being as big as he is, and I'm going to have him all over the place. And JR, yes, he came in and put on a show yesterday, showing people that he still got hops and everything to a certain extent. And some of these guys didn't realize how the altitude was going to affect them because they haven't been in here in a minute. And I was teasing my guys on the bench. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly why I'm sitting right here at the head of the bench, and not trying to go in there and try and do something that my mind says, okay, I think I can do this, but my body's probably going to say no.
Smart move.
No, now let's go play some golf, Jeff and JJ. I'm totally down for that.
After you're done with this little assignment, let's go play some golf. Kenny Thomas, Coach Kenny Thomas, is with us on the opening drive this morning after a fun night in the pit last night.
Man, Kenny, you've talked a lot about just the university and getting the feeling back of welcoming the alumni. What did you think when you finally had everyone out there last night, the receptions, with the fans being in the building, and just what it was like having all those guys together, and then UNM being a part of that?
Oh man, I think it's huge from the alumni perspective, and I'm not bashing UNM, but I'm just gonna keep it 100. The fact that I haven't been associated with UNM from the perspective of if it's recruiting or if it's just being around more, I've always tried to get involved, but I guess there's always been some tension or some resistance, right? So now with communicating with Eddie's been very supportive with all the different things that I'm trying to do in the community. Eddie Nunez, everybody. And we've met a few times, and we're still meeting. And anything I could do for Lobo basketball, we got to get it back to where we got, like, I think the capacity is like 14 or 15,000 people now. We got to get back to that. I don't know what it's going to take, but I'm here. And it's one of those things to where I sweat and pretty much bleed Lobo basketball because this is where I'm from. Even though I went to Albuquerque High and won state in '95, decided to stay here in UNM. But it was a great choice for me, and I'm here for Lobo basketball. I just want to let everybody know in the community that I'm here. So,
Kenny, when you put this roster together, you had to get dudes that could ball. There's no question about it. When you kind of start seeing these guys in an atmosphere, I really like some of the backcourt pieces that you have. Let's just talk about some of the guards for a little bit, especially Jamal Smith and kind of what his presence can do for your team.
So I cannot take the credit for putting this team together. That's Brandon Mason and Ryan Berryman. Those two guys have been great. When it comes to Jamal, I see he's going to be my starting point guard. His IQ is very high. And then at the same time, I'm going to bring in my other point guard, Anton, to actually, I'm going to have them guys playing with each other and probably go small ball a little bit, depending on the situation. But those guys can really push the ball, and they can actually shoot the ball as well. I think it's going to be a tremendous opportunity for the both of them and the rest of the guys on the team that are really still trying to play at a high level. And we got to come in and be professionals this week because we're going to be on ESPN, and everybody's going to be looking to a certain extent. And it's just like that one moment somebody could be checking you out and you get your opportunity. Mm-hmm. That's going to be one of the things that I'm going to try and focus and let these guys know. Outside of us trying to go to this tournament and actually win $1 million, I think we're too far ahead there as far as getting to the $1 million. But I think on July 17th is going to be a stepping stone to where people can actually see. And I think there's a lot of people that is outside of this community in New Mexico that probably thinks that we're not going to win.
What'd you learn about your team yesterday, Kenny?
They actually listen, which is the key, because it's hard to tell grown men what to do, you know what I mean, especially if they're not getting paid to actually be there, I think. But it goes back to Brandon B. Mace as far as the team and the pieces that he put together, because I don't think that he would have anybody on the team that was a knucklehead. But at the same time, we got a couple of guys that bring that edge with JR and Butter, which is kind of like that dog is like what we need, and that's kind of like what I'm used to because that was me. Being in the NBA, I had to do the dirty dog work. If it was rebounding, playing defense, knocking down open shots when I got an opportunity and running the floor. We got a lot of guys that can actually play inside as well, as far as Drew and Tim, and we got the big boy that's rebounded that actually played really well last night. So I'm excited. Like last night, I really got to see kind of like what we have, and the point that they got serious when they were supposed to was key. And the fact that they can still play at a high level.
Yeah, that's big.
And if they're not playing defense, Jeff and JJ, they're not playing.
Yeah, no, and you've been saying that since last week. Hey, lastly, you mentioned the relationship with UNM, and I said this, I think you had already, after you were gone, I've seen you a few times now over the last few months, and I said to JJ, it's the most comfortable and happy that I've seen you, and I've known you 25 years. It feels like where you are with your business relationships, the stuff that you've got going on, and your relationship with UNM. Is that fair to say it's the best place? Because from my perspective, it's the happiest and most comfortable I've seen you. Is it fair to say that?
Oh, yeah, man. I totally agree with you. I think now is my time from the standpoint of this community. I think that I want people to understand, like when I was in the NBA, when I was in the NBA for 11 years, 8 or 9 years of those 11, I was back here doing camps, and it was coming out of my own pocket. I had a little bit of support. But at the same time, now coming back and playing in the Hispano Chamber, which is the TBT's a member now, they're supporting us and trying to help us get sponsorships. And Shannon, who's right there next to the CEO, was there at the game, and Jennifer Gomez, who actually got me back involved in the community. It was a golf tournament. Next thing you know, that jump started into other opportunities. And the more I'm here, I think that doors are going to open, and it comes down to being visible, and people really need to understand that I am here. I have a lot of different programming opportunities coming up with basketball tournaments and partnership with the Hispano Chamber, and I just got elected on the UNM Black Leadership Board with Chad Cooper. So I just really want people to know that I'm involved in this community. And at the same time, I'm about to be 44, July 25th.
Yeah, you're a young man, Kenny. It makes me feel as old as I am, but you're a young man. I told Jay, it does my heart good to see you in such a good place, because I know it wasn't always easy, and it's just good to see you smiling and genuinely happy and being successful. We'll catch up this week before you guys head to the tournament, but appreciate you calling in, man. I'm glad you had fun last night. Have a fun week, and I think we'll talk to you before, but if not, good luck against that Stillwater Stars team.
Oh, yeah, you let me know when you guys want me on before. I'm not leaving. We're not leaving till actually Thursday. The three-point and the slam dunk contest is Friday evening, and then we play July 17th on ESPN3.
Yep.
If we keep winning, all the games are on ESPN. Thank you, Jeff and JJ, and I appreciate you both and everybody that's listening to keep up with the different things that I'm doing. My social media handle is Kenny Thomas NBA. Perfect. My website is kennythomas.com. And just to let everybody know, Zia Graphics, who I have a partnership with, if you go to my website, we just launched my UNM T-shirts and hats with my KT logo. And if you want to go get some stuff for this season, and it's going to be sold brick and mortar when you go to the arena this year for games. Nice. You can buy my old jersey with my signature on it. And I have some other things coming too as well.
All right, man. We'll talk to you this week. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, you guys. Hey, man, that's weird.
I know it is. It was weird for me to say it. See you, Kenny. Kenny Thomas. Coach Kenny Thomas.
And you hear a lot of these guys getting back in basketball shape. You just need to be in good shape to attack your everyday life. Get that extra energy, that extra boost you need to get through the week. And you do that in just 45 minutes. At 45 functional training, high-intensity interval training in 45-minute sessions that are going to help take you to another level. Or if you're someone that's looking to just kickstart your fitness, this is a fantastic way to do it, because all the workouts are set up, the programs are in place. It's a different class every single day. You show up, go through the walkthrough, warm up, and then you hit it, and you're going to be doing a lot of work in just 45 45 minutes. So check them out at f45training.com. Download the F45 app today to see the schedule of classes, which are available 7 days a week. The times, the description. You can also sign up for your 7-day free trial on the app. Get in and get going, and working out will give you that extra energy you need to deal with the family, work, whatever it may be as life gets busy once again. You might not have a lot of time, but you have enough time for a fantastic workout in just 45 minutes. So check them out at f45training.com. Download the F45 app today. Team training, life-changing. I'll see you at F45.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspets.com.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. DCE Systems want to help schools reopen and keep students, teachers, and staff safe. New Mexico's distributor of no-valent Shield Plus, an antimicrobial hand sanitizer that lasts 24 hours. That's right, 24 hours. 1 liter will provide approximately 2,000 individual applications. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to DCESystemsInc.com to learn more. DCE Systems is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom has portable AC units for rent. Applications include server rooms, retail outlets, healthcare facilities, laboratories, convenience stores and truck stops, events, concerts, and weddings. All of these units are 120-volt plug and play. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Micah. Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side where you can watch Kenny. Man, it's good to have these. We've had a lot of conversations with Kenny recently, and I hope it's all right that I asked him that. I mean, we were talking about him the other day, but I after Kenny was with us last week, and we just had Coach Kenny Thomas with us. I mentioned to you it was the most comfortable that I've ever seen Kenny. The best, kind of felt like the best space. And I'm like, dang, why? I should have bounced it off of Kenny, and now we had another opportunity. And about Kenny, and he talked about it briefly, and he's talked about it before. There's always been this. There's a strain, and I love that this administration, this group has embraced him the way they have, and he feels embraced. And Kenny did a lot for this place. Now, Kenny was, if you go back, Kenny's one of the best players in the history of this program. Kenny was on a team. He was highly recruited. Came from El Paso, played his senior year at Albuquerque High. This was the year before I got here, but I heard about all the Kenny Thomas, A.J. Bramlett, La Cueva, Albuquerque High clashes. And he opted to stay and play at the University of New Mexico. And think where the program is now. When was the last time this team was in the NCAA tournament? Right? Okay. The fact that God,
Neil's.
Yeah. Neil's first
season.
Yeah. So that was 7 years ago. And it was once. Kenny Thomas's teams, Kenny was here 4 years. Went to the tournament every year and won a game in the tournament every year. 4 years straight went to the second round of the round of 32 of the NCAA tournament. He went on and represented the University of New Mexico for an 11-year career in the NBA. Kenny made good money in the NBA, had a terrific career. He's 44 years old now. He's like when you think of the best Lobos in the NBA, who do you think of first? I mean, after Mel Daniels and you're going back old school. Do you think of Luke because of the championship success? Kenny was a better player than Luke. Do you think of Danny Granger because of the level he played at? Kenny sustained it for longer than Danny Granger. Like, who do you think of the best Lobo in the NBA?
I think it starts for me. It's Cooper.
Okay, I think Cooper.
Danny
Cooper's
Granger.
Fair. Yeah, I think Michael Cooper's fair. I think that's probably when you okay. Yeah, he had a terrific career. Played a different era, so didn't make the money that Kenny made. But yeah, I'll give you Michael Cooper. Was a significant part of the Showtime Lakers. Won a bunch of rings. I would take Kenny's career. I think while Danny Granger may have been a better player at his peak, Kenny had an 11-year career that was probably better, right? I've always thought that's why it makes me feel warm to see Kenny be embraced like this and be in the place he is. Doesn't he sound different to you than he has in the past?
He does. Sounds comfortable.
Yes.
Just happy.
Yes.
A lot of positive things going on.
Yeah, it's really cool. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. That is the Quan's Auto Care hotline, the NMDOT text line. You can send us a text or you can call on that number. You can send emails, Jeff or JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. He likes his guards. He feels like he's got a good team. So this will be fun to watch Kenny go to work and coach this team. All right, when we come back and take a short segment because Kenny, and I want to give Kenny the extra time, we got to get into the NBA. Dude, we got to get into Connor and Poirier over the weekend. We've got to get into, I guess, some European soccer, certainly. The Altuve walk-off. Where was that tattoo? Did you see the tattoo?
I didn't.
I thought that was why that you didn't want to rip off his shirt last time. There was there one, or because I've heard there was one, but I didn't see it. But that doesn't.
We need to investigate.
So much over this weekend. So much over the weekend. 505-246-0610 is how to get here. When we come back, we'll get into the NBA last night. Bucks get back into the series. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal. Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Micah, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talk It Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
Center fielder, Cade Bell on first. Here's the pitch to Heath. Struck him out. And great pitching by Alvarado. That'll do it for the Tigers in the top of the fifth.
A great crowd for a mid-afternoon game. Swing and a miss, and there's a strikeout, number 5 for Matt Romero.
Smith talking to the batter here. That's a... Oh, wow. Nice, and that's an out.
What did I tell you? That one's that gets over the head of the right fielder. That's going to bring in 2 runs. As Adrian Martinez with the RBI double.
Towards the latter part. Pitch, and that's another way for a single. That's going to score 2. That makes the score 9-0. So RBI double. That's going to make it. That's it. It's 10 runs there.
One O's a count. And this one's high. It's going deep. And it's going to fall in. He's digging for third, and he gets there.
Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with 2-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Siembieda, and JJ Buck.
120-100, the Bucks sent a message to the Suns, or did they yesterday? As they say, they like to buck it up. See what they did there? They like to buck up the game. And which Barry's on the radio broadcast on ESPN? The radio.
John.
Is it John Barry? He calls them a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. See, they're like a box of chocolates.
But you know you're going to get one good one.
Well, and he is terrific. So if it says Giannis on it, put it in your mouth because it's a good chocolate. Other than that, you don't know. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda and J.J. Buck. Giannis went for 41 and 13 last night and got some help finally from the backcourt because he had not. And look, I heard plenty. Oh, the guards were tired of hearing about how they weren't playing well. Well, they weren't. And they weren't, and it's the finals. And Drew Holiday wasn't scoring. He shot 21 points last night, shot 8 of 14. Chris Middleton was 6 of 14 and scored 18. Then they couldn't win. And Giannis get him 41. And what they did defensively on Devin Booker was pretty special. Look, this is one where you and I you guys picked the Bucks to win. You thought the Bucks, obviously, if you picked them to win, were too damn good to be getting swept. I don't think anybody thought they would get it swept. And I think they got a really nice chance to win Game 4, which will be on Wednesday, not tomorrow. But nice game plan by them. And the game plan was put the ball in the hole. I mean, I don't know that I thought Milwaukee did a ton differently. Offensively, certainly defensively, they did a lot on Devin Booker, and they put some pressure on DeAndre Ayton and matched up differently. But offensively, I don't think they did a lot differently than make shots.
Going right at Ayton was big, going inside, getting DeAndre Ayton in foul trouble because the Suns are a completely different team with him on and off the floor defensively, trying to defend Milwaukee. And you got to take advantage. You know, there was going to be a game in this series where the Suns also did come back down to earth. Shooting-wise, Devin Booker, 1 of 7 from 3, 3 of 14 from the field. It was a bad game for Devin Booker, so you have to take advantage of that. He's off. You're making life tough on him. At home, the energy, was it as simple as just being back in their building and the shots were going in? Maybe a few of them you felt a little bit different, but ultimately it starts with new age Shaq, Giannis Antetokounmpo, being unstoppable. Then it opens up the rest of the floor. Because this Milwaukee team, we're going to talk about scoring inside, and a historic night that Giannis had 12 of 12 in the restricted area. The other players to do that in the finals, LeBron James and Shaq. So he's doing what he needs to do, but they still shot 36 three-point shots, actually 5 more than the Suns, and they made 5 more than the Suns.
And hence they won the game, and they won the game handily. I thought they get help everywhere. You know who impresses me a lot, and I know he only scored 8 points last night. Connaughton has been giving them a really big boost off the bench. You know, Bobby Portis has been good throughout the playoffs. Connaughton is a guy, to me, who finds a way to get you big buckets, doesn't make a lot of mistakes, and feels like he makes one or two big plays every night.
He does. It fits his role well. They can go small with him. He's a really good athlete defending on the perimeter, and he's a guy that he doesn't need to get going, doesn't need the ball in his hands. He can fill 30 minutes and be consistent and not someone that throws you off your rhythm because he knows his role on this team.
Yeah. All right, 505-246-0610 if you'd like to get in this morning. So what happens next? Is this a series turner? Is this a blip? I mean, you don't expect Phoenix to come out and see Devin Booker go 3 for 14 again, do you? Chris Paul was okay. He was 8 for 14, and he had 9 assists. He was fine. He wasn't the reason they lost. The DeAndre Ayton foul trouble, I think, was a big piece of that. Cameron Johnson was terrific. But do they miss? How much do you think they miss Sarge down low? The presence, the size. You don't think at all?
No.
Okay.
He was barely playing.
All right.
In this series, it comes down to foul trouble for Ayton.
It was a body throw out.
Fouls, only played 24 minutes.
Yeah. Now you're going to Frank Kaminsky for 14 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, that's my point.
Well, Kaminsky and Saric, really look at their minutes out this season. They were pretty interchangeable in terms of the amount that they played. I'm waiting for the close game.
Yeah.
Like what happens in a close game in this series? Phoenix in game 1 and 2, been in control. Milwaukee, game 3. What do they do in a tight ball game? Because the difference last night was that second quarter, 35-17.
Well,
Bucks outscoring the Suns, going on that run. But in a tight game, what happens?
You have two big runs, right? That was a 16-0 run to end the quarter, and then they had another big run in the third quarter, and that's what really put it away. You don't see one team make 2 runs like that. And if you do, it's a 20-point game. But typically both teams have a run. Now, the Suns got to within 4. They closed it. They got to within 4. But Milwaukee, and look, Giannis was terrific. Was it a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago?
10 days.
We watched that knee bend the wrong way, right? That leg bent the wrong way, somewhat not absolutely like Conor McGregor's ankle, but it bent the wrong way. And I think every single one of us thought that's it, right? When you watch that injury, I know I did. Think he's done for the playoffs. They may get through this series against, were they playing in the Eastern Conference Finals? Atlanta. All right, you blinking like that made me realize I wasn't the only one. Who was it? They may get through Atlanta, and they did. But there was, like, I didn't think he was coming back, and there he was. And I remember I told you before Game 1, well, Giannis is doubtful, he's not going to play. And I said, remember I told you that day, the fact that they had him practicing in another gym, away from the media. I told you that day, I got a weird feeling he's going to play, didn't I?
You did.
And he did. And he did. And, like, there is no way you're watching a guy right now who looks like, and this isn't one of those, nobody can tell me he jaked an injury. Oh, yeah, he had one of those phantom injuries. You know, like, remember when Jay Cutler took himself out of that game, the Bears in the NFC Championship game, and who'd you have? It was a Colorado State quarterback that came in, and it was just so, remember that game?
Alex Van Pelt?
Alex Van Pelt.
No, I don't think it was. It was just a name I threw out there.
It was he's now a quarterback.
Van Pelt. Who is the quarterback?
It might have been. But
was it?
Right. We all watched that knee bend the wrong way. We all watched. Right. All of us.
Not the worst.
And we all figured he's done. And look at what he's doing right now. And he's on pace to match Michael Jordan kind of numbers. He is, and this is what he needed. We had a conversation, it seems like 3 years ago, but I think it was about 2 months ago. Who in the playoffs going in, the most pressure to perform and play well in these playoffs is on whom? And I think Giannis was the answer, right? Was it Kevin Durant? Well, he's won, but he's got this team together. What was it? Was it James Harden? Because he's never won. Well, I think it was Giannis, right? Because at that point, I don't think we were thinking Chris Paul.
No,
I don't think we were thinking Chris Paul was going to get through the Lakers. And so, Chris Paul at 36, does it mean more? I think Giannis is going to get back again. I'm not sure Chris Paul will. But I think to prove himself, this club that he had been carrying for the last 3 years now, and previously as a 1 seed in the East, hadn't gotten through to the finals. There was a lot of pressure on Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's a 2-time MVP. But can he play in the playoffs? Well, what's he do in the postseason? Well, I mean, he doesn't do anything in the postseason. Well, all right. I think he's answered the bell. And I think he's answered the bell in an incredibly impressive way. And what makes it more impressive is that he's coming back after that injury that we all watched his knee bend the wrong way.
Yeah, Giannis was at the top of the list for me. Like a 2-time NBA MVP. The talent was there. I really liked the pieces that they put around him in Holiday and Middleton with their style of play. And it got to the point. This postseason has been about taking advantage of your opportunity. And sometimes your opportunity is the misfortune of someone else, whether it's Kyrie Irving twisting his ankle, James Harden not being there to start that series. You still have to be ready to take advantage of those moments. They did that, and especially in the first round, because people were going, they're playing Miami. And we saw what Miami did last year. They didn't give Miami a chance in that series. So they've handled everything that's been in front of them. They responded well in Game 3. And Giannis, he's been unbelievable. Just to think of what, even just a hyperextension, but to come back and then back-to-back 40-point games. We were sitting there talking about, Devin Booker's the next Kobe Bryant. This dude's a superstar.
We never said the next Kobe Bryant.
Even A. Smith put it out there.
We didn't,
but it's a talking point.
We didn't.
It's in the universe now, and a man like that puts it out there, people react.
Yeah, but we didn't. Just for the record, but you and I, we did say he may be the next superstar.
All right. And Devin Booker is still really good.
And he still may be. He had a bad game.
Yes, but I'm just reminding you, don't forget about that man Giannis. Just because he doesn't shoot a 3-point shot doesn't mean he can still be the most dominant man on the basketball
court. No doubt. Look, let me reaffirm. I still believe Devin Booker has the potential to be the next superstar player in this league. He had a bad next means he's not there yet, right? I heard somebody yell at me, Kobe Bryant will never give you 10 in the finals. You're right. Kobe would have found a way. He might have shot 3 for 16 or whatever. What was the number that Booker shot? It was 3 for 14. Kobe might have gone 3 for 14, but he'd have got to the free throw line 15 times, and he would have had 21 points. He's not there. Look, Devin Booker had one bad game. Any of you who want to write him off, I promise you are wrong. He had a bad game. If you watch this guy, he is terrific. 505-246-0610. We heard from Kenny Thomas this morning. What are your thoughts on the enchantment game last night? The Bucks. Can we get into Nigeria and USA? Like, what does that mean?
Practice. We're talking about practice.
Okay. 505-246-0610. Practice your phone calls. Hey, don't waste your hard-earned money on high credit card rates when you can consolidate. Consolidate that debt with help from your mortgage, and you can save up to $1,000 a month. Call my friends at American Financing. When you consolidate debt, you're able to make one low monthly payment instead of several different payments, and you're going to save money. Paying off your higher interest debts faster may also improve your credit rating. Could save you, again, I'm going to tell you, up to $1,000 a month, plus tens of thousands of dollars in long-term savings. Imagine the difference that will make for you. Now stop imagining it, make it happen. Pick up the phone for a free mortgage review. Find out what you can save. Look, there's no pressure. There's no upfront fees. There's no hidden fees. You may even postpone 2 mortgage payments, but you've got to call American Financing, and you got to do it now. 423-551-6525. That's 423-551-6525. Consolidate and save. You can visit AmericanFinancing.net as well and see what they can do for you. Set this up, get this consultation, and save yourself a bunch of money. AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLS ConsumerAccess.org.
Pepsi and Allsups are giving...
Steal to third base.
And he brought the hot sauce for strike 3.
Small ball team for Reed Fiegel this year. That one is hit on the line to left. It's going to send Avila back to the warning track, to the wall, and he's going to watch it go. It's a solo homer off the bat of Bo Kidd. One nothing Eagles. Just when we were talking about small ball, the Eagles play long ball. Good over with 2 outs here. That boy's well hit to left. Coming in on it is Morrison. He drops it, and the Ravens win it.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're #1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Industries is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili, breakfast burritos, and Frontier.
I found a social media video of the three-point contest. Really cool view. It's shot from the south end of the pit, and it's looking back towards the north, and it's got both Chad Toppert and Anthony Mathis shooting and watching the three-point contest go on. As it happened, and Anthony Mathis beat Chad Toppert in the finals. What a good show. What a good show. If you were there last night, I want to hear from you. 505-246-0610. On the day that we put regular people into space here in New Mexico. Huh? It's a big deal. Space, man. Space. Glenn says, wet Blandcat, ? Jeff, meanwhile, from the House of Strauss, what was Eric and Bobcat bickering over the weekend about that Eric called him a wet blanket? Are you a wet blanket?
Every chance I get with him.
So what'd you do?
Well, we had a slight disagreement. I said the plane with the rocket was taking off from the spaceport, America.
Yeah.
And he couldn't quite seem to grasp that. I said the plane was taking off.
What he didn't think it was a plane? Is that what his issue?
No, he wanted the rocket. Plane and rocket.
So didn't it kind of launch with the plane and then the rocket launched?
The plane takes off, gets to 50,000 feet, I think, and then releases the rocket, which went up to suborbital height of, I think, about 60 miles. I haven't checked the actual height it reached.
Yeah.
But it was suborbital and it touched the edge of space, depending on your definition of edge.
Well, I mean, the fact that there was no gravity and they were weightless and floating around. I mean, I saw the video like y'all did. That constitutes space, doesn't it?
No,
it doesn't.
No, there's a scientific definition, and NASA and the U.S. military says it's 60 miles. The International Space Organization, whatever it's called, says it's 65 miles.
And once you go to space, you're an astronaut, right?
Correct.
But I saw he was officially called an astronaut now.
Right. So he at least got up to 60 miles.
He got wherever it needs to be.
Yeah.
All right. Look.
So
we can pick nits all we want. It's pretty damn amazing.
Yeah. It only cost $250,000.
Look, it didn't cost. Whatever. Again, if you got it, you got it. What does it matter? I'm not going to get lost in that. Yeah, I can't do it.
Eric did get lost in that.
That's fine. What does he want? Everybody to have it for free? Is this Mr. Anti-Socialism? But give it to me because I mean what?
No, he just things are valuable to the person for that person's reason.
That's right.
And to Eric, that wasn't worth $250,000.
Well, he didn't have it to be throwing it around. A guy who's got $250,000 around, it might be like I always tell you. I'm not going to tell you how to be a fan.
Yeah.
Like, don't tell me how to spend my money. If I don't have it, but if someone does and they can go do that, God bless them.
That's right. It's their money.
Sometimes I think Eric just wants to be angry.
No,
but he's not angry.
He's a good guy.
So why does it make you a wet blanket? I still don't understand.
Oh, because
You're not sure either, are you? Yeah, you don't know.
He'll be going on. I'll disagree with him, so I'm a wet blanket.
Oh yeah. If you don't agree with me, you must be wrong. Yeah, I got it.
Just a wet blanket.
All right, wet blanket.
And I enjoy it.
All right, well, I'm glad you do. 505-246-0610. Did you see that? I mean, the space launch was I thought it was pretty amazing.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
It was getting something done.
It is getting
bunch of dudes not in this space program getting close to space.
Yeah, it's
very impressive.
It's pretty damn amazing. All right. Did you watch the fight on Saturday night? I didn't either.
Well,
I mean, I've seen what happened.
It's one where I don't like to keep thinking about it because it's one of those where I don't want to keep seeing it.
So you did watch it. Okay. I told you I was on this. When you go on one of these kid or youth tournaments, this is the most detached I'd felt. By the way, I was in here before Bobcat this morning. I was in here at about 6:20 this morning, prepping and getting caught up on everything because it was literally the most detached I felt being up there in the middle of this. But I did see what happened. I did listen to Connor afterwards. That ankle snapped. He had surgery. But boy, can he still talk. I mean, one thing that ankle did not. They tell me the leg bone's connected to the thigh bone's connected to the hip bone.
It ain't connected to your jaw.
It ain't connected to your mandible. Yeah, it ain't connected to your jawbone and your larynx. He was running it right away, promoting the next one, which, God bless him. Do you need to see another one?
No. Conor McGregor is a showman who can't put on a show anymore.
It feels that way.
He has a microphone. He'll get some good quips off. You'll be entertained, but especially against Dustin Poirier, who was the favorite and would have probably won that fight. It's a massive what if. That's what Conor McGregor is playing off of. I get it. His leg is pointing in the wrong direction. It was a nasty injury. I hope all is well for him. But everyone says it. Dana White's talked about it. Everyone sees it. McGregor built himself a reputation because he did win fights. He was a showman inside the octagon and out of it. He made a ton of money in his career, but now he's not that dude anymore.
So I didn't see the entirety of the round. I heard there was a lot of action in that round. The one round that they had, because Connor came out and said, you know what was coming the second round. I was going to show you. Boy, it's so easy. Well, I'm coming at you as 8 dudes are holding me back, right? I'm going to get, you know what I'm saying? What did you see in that one round?
There were good exchanges in the first round, but nothing that led me to believe that this was going to be different than our last matchup. You know, there's a reason that even with all the hype and name recognition and everything that Conor McGregor brings, you look at the odds to this fight, Dustin Poirier was the favorite. They put him to sleep last time. Probably on the way where they put him to sleep, but winning that fight again. But it's the what-if game. You never know, and that's what Conor's trying to play off. And now it's good to see him, though, talking, posting after surgery. It's a nasty injury. That's nothing you want to see.
Are people going to pay to watch that again? I guess you would see, what does Conor look back when he comes back on that ankle, which is at least 9 months, right? I'm guessing. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Dak Prescott's leg broke and dangled, and he's back pretty quickly. I mean, modern medicine's insane, and the human body and what you can do for it and to it has become insane. I understand that. I mean, he's not back in the octagon for another 9 months, correct?
That's a safe assumption.
I mean, that ankle ankles are not supposed to turn that way. Careers have ended. And so how old's Conor? But this is a mid-30 man sport, isn't it?
He's 32.
Okay, so there's still something there. Mm-hmm. To your point, Poirier has been better. Everything I heard about that and the bit I saw, he looked better. Conor just crumpled, leaning against the cage, and that being the way that thing ended, and him still running it, feels like the perfect way for that to end. As an elite fighter, he's going to be the elite personality, but is he an elite fighter anymore?
No.
And I think that's what's got to be accepted. Now, and it really comes down to what are you, and I say you as the consumer, what are you willing to do? If you're willing to watch that mess and pay for it again, then they're going to run it.
I don't think you're going to run it back against Dustin, because I think at some point in time, Dustin Poirier is going to be like, I've had enough too. But it also is, it's a main event fight. It's a payday.
And that's the only reason Dustin Poirier needs it, right?
And that's still the thing. It's not every fight is going to be a championship fight. You still have holes to fill on these cards. You have co-mains, and Conor McGregor is still going to be that draw. So McGregor's going to be back. He's going to get these opportunities. There's going to be guys that are excited to fight Conor McGregor in that division because they know the recognition they'll get and everything along those lines. But if we're talking about McGregor as like a contender, beating a Poirier, climbing up the ladder, he's not that guy anymore.
Yeah, who do I want to see him fight? Like, who am I paying? And me isn't the answer, right? But I mean, who's your not your hardcore Micah Frankel, but who's your guy who's really interested in it? I'll buy the fights that interest me. I'm not buying everyone. Who's that guy that's going to get you over the edge to spend the money to watch Conor McGregor fight?
For Conor, the fight back will have a lot of interest, just people wanting to see what he looks like.
Is it?
But if you put him, he's still a co-main event fighter, just for this recognition.
I'll give you that.
Pay-per-view buys along those lines, but running it back again with Poirier, I don't see that happen anytime soon. Because even if the check you get at some point in time, Dustin Poirier is like, all right, I'm gonna kind of fight for a belt. Let's go, which was what we saw coming from this fight. So he's gonna get that opportunity. And it's one where we get it. There's still that entertainment aspect of it. Not all these guys are going to be in championship form. And Conor McGregor, he's not that dude anymore, but he's still that guy that's going to get eyes to the octagon, and you're going to be interested to see what he's doing.
All right, where are you on that? I know a bunch of you saw the fight. It feels like a big moment. It feels like, to me, a crossroad moment, a turning point moment. Conor sitting there, he can run it with the best of them. He's maybe, I don't know, one of the top 3 smack talkers in the history of sports. I mean, Ali was up there, right? Ali's probably the best. I don't know, who else, right? But does he still have the game to back it up? And how much will you continue to buy of Conor McGregor after what you saw on Saturday night? 505-246-0610, that's the NMDOT text line. It's also the Quan's Auto Care hotline. You're out at the pit, you're out at the pitch, you're out at the ballpark, you're out at concerts, you're moving again. It is good to be living and loving and feeling good. Gentlemen, you ready for this? How you feeling? You feeling well? If you are not, may I strongly suggest you call New Mail and feel like you again? If you are dealing with things that are natural, things like fatigue, low T, even erectile dysfunction, there is a place right here in Albuquerque that can help you. New Mail has been the trailblazer in the men's health field. They've been the trailblazer and the leader for years. They help. Call them. 505-652-1688. You can visit them online at NewMail. That's NUMALE.com. You will feel better. You already know this. As men age, natural things like hair loss, weight gain, even ED happen. There's a real good chance you're going to be affected. Nothing to be embarrassed about. In fact, the only thing to be ashamed of is if you do not do anything about it when there is something so wonderful to do. Call New Mail. 505-652-1688. They're right here in Albuquerque. The process is comfortable, but the best part about this whole thing is the results. They are real. It works, and men all over the country are benefiting. Call New Mail at 505-652-1688 or visit newmail.com and feel better.
A rogue virus. No jobs. Sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough. Back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspets.com.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. DCE Systems want to help schools reopen and keep students, teachers, and staff safe. New Mexico's distributor of no-valent Shield Plus, an antimicrobial hand sanitizer that lasts 24 hours. That's right, 24 hours. 1 liter will provide approximately 2,000 individual applications. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to DCESystemsInc.com to learn more. DCE Systems is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspets.com.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened?
Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom has portable AC units for rent. Applications include server rooms, retail outlets, healthcare facilities, laboratories, convenience stores and truck stops, events, concerts, and weddings. All of these units are 120-volt plug and play. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Micah, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk Live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again.
What about the golf this weekend, Jeffy? And I was thinking, Vinny Del Negro beating John Smoltz in an extra holes at that celebrity thing in Tahoe? Who knew Vinny Del Negro can golf like that? Charles Barkley bet $100,000 on himself to finish in the top 70. He bogeyed the last hole, finished 76th. That's a bummer. Now you're playing for something, right?
Yeah, put some pressure on.
You're on the 18th tee. You're sitting probably 67th, 60, right there. All I got to do is par this hole, and I'm going to be good. And then he punches one. His drive goes dead right, kind of like yours and mine. That has that little big left to right. Loses. Well, he didn't lose it. He found it and had to punch out and bogeyed the hole. He lost that hitch in his swing. But yeah, Vinny Del Negro. Who knew? Wins that big thing. 505-246-0610. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda and J.J. Buck. Edward, good morning. How you living, sir?
I'm living like it's a few months from Thanksgiving, my friends. You know, all good food, all in moderation. You know, these Ripley abs, they don't just happen by chance.
No.
There has to be effort put into them.
Yeah.
And consistency. You know, we're coming off a great weekend of sports, but two great, phenomenal things happened this weekend that kind of escalate themselves over all others. A, Spaceport America sends a flight into space from the great 505, or actually the 575.
575, yeah.
That was awesome. And then ESPN names the great Thomas Everett Brady Athlete of the Year.
Yeah, above all was the ESPYs on Saturday night, and Tom Brady getting that. Above every, yeah, I agree. Hardly.
You know, greatness emanates, my friend.
That's his greatest achievement of his career, that ESPY.
You know, I know you're an employee and they write you handsome checks. ESPN doesn't always get it right, but they got it right this weekend, my friends. You know, this isn't to disparage what the Lobo situation was this weekend, because I thought you did a great setup all week with interviews. But my first inclination when they scheduled the game was, well, you're going up against the NBA Finals, and you're going up against a long weekend where, you know, we just opened up as a state and people are out traveling and doing all kinds of fun activities. And I don't know if there's ever a great time. Personally, I would have probably done it on Saturday night, because I know there was a great soccer turnout on Friday. And what was the announced attendance? Was it over 1,000?
What they announced for the 2,700?
2,700.
Okay. Well, not bad. Yeah, that's good. And but I just thought, you know, the casual basketball fan, after a long weekend of libations and great stories, they're going to want to chill on Sunday night and probably watch the NBA Finals. And I don't know what the ratings were, but all in all, a great event. And I think there should be more events like that coming. The one thing about baseball, how many number one picks does the Pirates get? They drafted the guy to New Mexico State last year.
Yeah, but that was not number one. That was, I think, 7th overall. That was not number one overall.
But didn't he lead the nation in home runs and win College Player of the Year?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. And then they got the number one pick again this year.
Yeah.
So
that's what happens when you stink.
That's right. But you know, it was an action-packed weekend, and I'm looking forward to the All-Star game. And when's the home run festivities? Are they tonight?
Tonight, yes. Yes.
Well, I think we're watching probably, it could be the greatest baseball player.
Ohtani.
Babe Ruth is universally recognized as the greatest baseball player. Barry Bonds, in my opinion, is the greatest baseball player of the last 50 to 70 years, post, you know, Babe Ruth era. And I think we may be seeing the greatest baseball player potentially going forward over the next 20 to 25 years. So it's going to be fun to watch. Mm-hmm. Well, gentlemen, I hope you guys have a delightful day, and thanks for letting me share my thoughts on a few items, and have a great day.
Be well. Enjoy it. Who in your mind, best baseball player of the last, of your lifetime?
Best baseball player of my lifetime?
Yeah, that you've seen, that you've watched. So what is that, the last 30 years?
So, like, best
baseball player.
I don't know.
I go Ken Griffey Jr. To me, Ken Griffey Jr. at his peak was better than Barry Bonds at that same time. Now, Barry put up the home run numbers. I thought Kenny was a better defender. I thought Kenny was a better five-tool player. Best hitter, pure hitter I've ever seen was Tony Gwynn. Best pure hitter I've ever seen. And Wade Boggs was a close second. Okay? Best baseball player that I think that I've seen in my lifetime was Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah, it's trying to remove the emotion.
Yeah,
when you're talking about a Barry Bonds in that situation because of the player he was to begin his career, he was doing all those things, and then became just this monster home run hitter who, at the time, you didn't know. At least the majority of the baseball watching public, you saw this guy was just doing unbelievable things, just getting walked with the bases loaded, not putting a baseball near
he changed the game
in the strike zone. If I had to just look at kind of the overall product, I think someone like a Derek Jeter, it doesn't wow you, but his consistency, always showing up in the postseason, good his numbers across the board, offensively and defensively, he was so good. And I think Shohei Ohtani is climbing that list because what he's doing is we've never seen this in the modern era of baseball.
Mike Trout's been pretty good too.
Mike Trout's fantastic, but he never got this buzz. Ohtani pitching on the mound, 3.6.
Nobody's done this.
But everyone tells us, we've sat here for the last 5 years saying Mike Trout has been doing stuff that Joe DiMaggio or Lou Gehrig.
And here's a guy on the same team doing.
We don't
by the way,
talk about him, and yet all of a sudden here's Shohei Ohtani, and he is a presence in LA.
And he's doing it on the same team, right? And he's doing it to an extent, and getting that franchise, that organization, recognition that they've never gotten before. Oh, and by the way, they're still 9 games out of first place with the 2 of those guys. Like it's mind-boggling.
Well, Mike Trout hasn't played in a month.
But why is that franchise just in a quagmire? The Astros are still leading that division. The Astros are going to get the last laugh again. Watch the Astros win a championship this year, right? They've been doing it without Alex Bregman, who, by the way, is going to be in town this week. 505-246-0610.
You want to make yourself a home run hitter? Well, check out F45 Functional Training. 45 minutes, high-intensity training. You're going to be hitting everything throughout the week. Yesterday's class, the piston, it was more strength-based, upper, lower body stuff. You have your cardio workouts on Wednesday, which, when you think about full-body functional fitness, it's not just 45 minutes on that rower or a stationary bike. It's a combination of everything to get yourself a fantastic high-intensity workout in just 45 minutes. Things are busy, popping. You're like, when am I going to fit this in? Well, here's the thing. With F45 Functional Training, download the app. You can also sign up for your 7-day free trial, but book your class, and you guarantee your spot. It's locked in. You get a little reminder that pops up on your phone an hour before saying, hey, don't forget, you booked this. Your spot is there. Let's get that work in. In 45 minutes, you're going to feel great about what you just did. So check them out at f45training.com. Download the F45 app. Take a look at the schedule. Classes are available 7 days a week. You can find a time for 45 minutes for your fitness. Team training, life-changing. I'll see you at F45.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Dream style roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Industries is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Bucks beat the Suns last night. They're back in the series. Big night at the pit. Enchantment beat Team JB White 134-131, although it wasn't that close. We're on TV. Aaron's producing on the ProView Network side. You can watch us on Comcast Channel 26, ProViewNetworks.com, on our Facebook page, The OD in the AM. Bobcat's producing on the radio side, taking your calls at 505-246-0610. Opening drive, Jeff Siembieda and J.J. Buck. Bruin James, thanks for holding. Good day, sir.
Hey, good morning, guys. How you doing?
Good. How you living?
Living large, man. Living large.
What's up?
Hey, you were talking about the greatest ball player you ever seen.
Yeah.
I would have to go with Pete Rose, and with Ken Griffey Jr. coming. I guess you could be 1A, 1B. Yep. You know, 1A. You can rotate them, whatever, however you feel that day. But awesome, the greatest hitter I've ever seen in my life, and I met personally and shedded some tears when he passed away, was T. Gwynn, man. He was a great person. Met him when he was a rookie. It was the greatest. He made you feel so welcome, man. He was a great person, and when I watched him play, my sister, me and my sister would go watch him play and sit in the $5 seats out there by the scoreboard. Yeah. But yeah, it was awesome. So yeah, that's mine. And the greatest pitcher would probably be Sandy Koufax would be the best pitcher.
I never saw him pitch.
Because nobody could hit that guy.
Yeah.
But anyway, take care, guys.
That's good.
All right, later.
Tony was, and this was really weird, to have a Padre as my favorite player. But Tony Gwynn was my favorite player. When I was just breaking the business, when I was fresh out of San Diego State, I worked at KUSI TV, which was the Padre station. And I've told you a number of stories about that, but I got to meet Tony personally a number of times, whether he was in studio with us, whether I was at training camp in Yuma at the time they trained in Yuma, and then at the ballpark. And it was weird to, growing up a Dodger fan, have a Padre as your favorite player, but he was an Aztec. So I guess that makes it okay, right?
Yes.
All right.
It does.
But he was, best player I ever saw was Ken Griffey Jr. Most pure hitter I've ever seen was on a daily basis was Tony Gwynn. And best pitcher. Who's the best pitcher of your lifetime? I mean, Nolan Ryan was unbelievable. That was before you. You didn't see Nolan Ryan pitch. I mean, Nolan Ryan was as good as anything I ever saw.
Players that I have seen pitch. Randy Johnson.
Yeah. Yeah, the big unit. There's a good name. The big unit.
Fantastic.
Yeah, he was so
Pedro Martinez.
Yeah.
Love me some Pedro.
Randy was the unit was so good because he was 6'9", 6'10", and so the stride made it feel like he was right on top of you. Like he literally cut off a couple of feet, which when there's only 60 feet 6 inches is a big piece, and he threw so hard. And he had really good control. Randy was unbelievable. The Mariners got him in a trade with the Expos, and I'm trying to remember what they traded. He came up with the Expos. They kind of stole him. There's some of those trades that turn franchises, and that's one that really, when you look at that Mariners team, 94, 95, they had a pretty good pitching staff with him as the ace, and with Griffey and Edgar Martinez and Jay Buhner, and they had a really, really, Harold Reynolds. It was a fun team in that era. Really, really fun team. All right, we got to get a United play tonight. JJ's going to be on the call on the television side on ESPN Plus. Italy 1-1 over England. Boy, how about that heartbreaker for England? I mean, how about that heartbreaker for them? Novak Djokovic wins Wimbledon. What does losing to Nigeria mean for USA basketball? And it does not mean that Kevin Durant's going to play for Nigeria. I don't think. Although that would be precious. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda and J.J. Buck. Bobcat produces on the radio. Aaron sitting over there downtown producing on ProView Networks on the television side. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM. And AM 610, the sports animal.
DCE Systems, want to help schools reopen and keep students, teachers, and staff safe. New Mexico's distributor of no-valent Shield Plus, an antimicrobial hand sanitizer that lasts 24 hours. That's right, 24 hours. 1 liter will provide approximately 2,000 individual applications. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to DCESystemsInc.com to learn more. DCE Systems is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspets.com.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that could happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened?
Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom has portable AC units for rent. Applications include server rooms, retail outlets, healthcare facilities, laboratories, convenience stores and truck stops, events, concerts, and weddings. All of these units are 120-volt plug and play. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Micah, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning. Welcome to Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Clocking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
Center fielder, Caden Bell on first. Here's the pitch to Heath. Struck him out. And great pitching by Alvarado. That'll do it for the Tigers in the top of the fifth.
A great crowd for a mid-afternoon game. Swing and a miss, and there's a strikeout, number 5 for Matt Romero.
Smith talking to the batter here. That's a, oh, wow. Nice, and that's an out.
What did I tell you? That one's that gets over the head of the right fielder. That's going to bring in 2 runs. As Adrian Martinez with the RBI double.
Towards the latter part. Pitch, and that's other way for a single. That's going to score 2. That makes the score 9-0. So RBI double. That's going to make it. That's it. It's 10 runs there.
The best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with 2-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Siembieda, and JJ Buck.
Well, you got an NBA Finals that is now 2-1. Big night at the pit. Alex Bregman's coming to town. USA lost to Nigeria, not in football or I don't know. Pick in men's basketball with Kevin Durant on the floor, wearing red, white, and blue. How can that be? Wimbledon, Novak Djokovic wins again. Italy beats England 1-1, JJ. Explain the 1-1 victory. How does that work? It's the opening drive, Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck.
How does that work?
I mean, somebody sees the result. 1-1. Oh, well, no. Italy won 1-1.
It's the same thing as a golf playoff.
Exactly right. Exactly the same. You're right.
So if someone's not familiar with that, but you're tied at 10 under after 4 rounds, go play a playoff, and the person wins in a playoff.
And they're both at 10 under, but somebody won the playoff, and that's what happened. They went to penalties yesterday, and the British manager is just getting look. This was going to be the first major British championship in football in 55 years, and they were in the finals of the European Cup
at home
in Wembley Stadium. And he made a couple of substitutions late. The people whom he substituted in, Marcus Rashford and Jordan Sancho and then Sacco, and they all missed their penalty kicks, and Italy wins. And what did they score? 2 minutes in, they had that Luke Shaw goal off that nice little volley right away, right?
That's what this tournament has been as it's gotten later. Just tight games, not a lot of chances. This is how I figured this one was going to play out. Pretty much be a draw that goes to penalties. And that's what we saw. Marcus Rashford was the right decision. Dude is a fantastic soccer player. He just hit the post. Got the keeper going the wrong way. He hit the post.
Man, it's amazing. All right, and then we'll get into United. They win on Friday, 3-1. They play tonight against Charleston. And JJ will be on the call, as he was with Tyler Ortega on the ESPN Plus broadcast. So we'll get there as well. Howard, good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. Good day, sir.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Excellent. How you living?
I'm doing great. You know, JJ, that P45 thing that you advertise every day, that's some real stuff. My wife's been doing that for a little over a year, about a year and 3 months. It's transformed her health, her appearance, everything. She's just so much more a positive person. That thing really, really works. I tell you. People ought to really buy into that. It's a good exercise system. Anyhow, I was able to go to the game last night. I think Edward kind of touched on something that was a little true. It was a long weekend with, grandkids and kids and everything, and winding up last night. It was a little tiresome, but we still made it out there, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And 2,700, huh? It seemed to me like there were a little more there, but I don't know. JJ, you were there, right?
Yeah, it seems fair.
Yeah, I thought there was about 3,500, maybe 4,000, but maybe I was just being overly optimistic. You know, there was a nice buzz about Lobo Sports in general going around. You know, obviously I partook in a alcoholic beverage and had a beer, stood in a beer line, talked to a few guys. Some guys super excited about the football team, Danny Gonzalez, and, you know, guys, there's a lot of people excited about Richard Pitino. You know, I was a little skeptical when he first was signed on, but I think Eddie Nunez probably made the best decision he could make. I was making decisions out of, I was thinking in my head, you know, people I wanted out of, you know, like maybe Kenny Thomas or maybe even Cody Topper. But, you know, obviously Eddie Nunez has the job for a reason. I think he made the right decision, and I think Lobo Sports is turning the corner, guys. I'm really, you know, a lot of people last night were super excited about Lobo Sports in general.
It's a good feel. No, there's been success. There's been success at the Olympic sport level.
Thanks for taking my call, guys.
Yeah, see you, Howard. There's been success at the Olympic sport level, and there's excitement at the football and men's basketball level. You had success at the women's basketball level. I think there's a great vibe going around there. Did you feel something? I mean, I know the crowd wasn't gigantic, but it was a nice crowd and a ton of energy. I think that's the feel I've been getting around town. Did you feel it at the pit?
Yeah, it just felt good. The positivity, people excited, players coming back, being able to kind of bridge that gap from the past, present, to the future. I thought the way that the alumni handled it too, giving their time, talking to players. You saw some of the guys pregame on the current team come up, kind of talk to Kane Thomas just a little bit, shake his hand, have some of those moments. It's really good. That's the kind of energy you want to see, because you're going to have ups and downs in collegiate athletics. It's going to happen, but you still want that passion from the alumni, because then that helps, you know, keep the fans interested, because those are players that they know, that they love. We're sitting here talking about, who's the best baseball player you've seen? You can ask that question to anyone in that building. Who's your favorite Lobo? And they're going to go off.
Yeah. And a lot of it's going to be personal interaction, right? A lot of them are going to be, they'll tell you, Pancake Thomas. Really? Oh, why? Well, he took the time and he signed my son's jersey after a loss, and he was really sad, but he came over and spent time with him. Or I saw Arthur Edwards in the airport one day, and he was really, right? That's how that is, and that's what that's been in our community. Kenny Thomas, because I saw him play in high school against A.J. Bramlett, and they had great games. That's that conversation. Let me ask you this. When would be a better time? When would be a better time to play this game? Because Omar just said, I agree with Crusher. I thought a random Sunday night in July was an awkward time for a basketball all-star game, tipping off at the same time as the finals, especially when people aren't working from home anymore. They're having to drag themselves back to the office on Monday. I hope they can replay this contest at a later date when Omar can attend. Omar. All right, I'll take this turn because you've done it countless times. This was a exhibition game for this TBT team who is playing in the TBT, which begins this coming week. They don't schedule the basketball tournament around your schedule. This is where it fits on the calendar. So that's why this was strategically there. These men are playing all over the world. There's a really small window on the calendar to get all these guys together where they're not obligated contractually to be somewhere else on the globe. And could it have been a Saturday night? I imagine it could have been Saturday night. Yeah, I guess it could have. Would that then you'd have told me there's too much going on and there's movies?
I'm at the bar on Saturday night. It's there. If you want to go, go. And it's just one email, but Omar, that's all he does.
Well, it's
Omar, why he can't do things.
But it was Edwards' call too, and Howard kind of.
But didn't Howard go?
I don't know.
I think he went. He said he was a little tired, but he went.
I don't think he went.
Did he not go?
Yeah, he asked if you were there. No, he asked if you were there.
He talked it up.
Yeah,
It's there. We all have lives. You want to do something, go do it. We can't schedule everything around what works. You got to make it work. If you care about something, you'll make it work. There were people that made it work last night, because if it was Saturday night, you'd say, oh, I'm sorry, I got the barbecue at Joe's house to go to. We got to go get blitzed.
And the fight was on, and how could they go up against the UFC fight? And
life, we're supposed to have options.
You prioritize. If it's a priority to you, you will go.
And guess what? They could call Omar, and he could say, you know what?
Here's my date.
August 23rd at 7:30. That works for me.
Wouldn't be there.
And he wouldn't be there.
I promise. He wouldn't be there. No, I agree with that. I just, gosh, that's the most New Mexico.
Stop sending that email. We've been talking about this for 2 weeks,
I should just stop reading it. Yeah,
there's a reason they're going to the basketball tournament this weekend.
Yeah, it's my fault for reading it. No, it is. I just, gosh, I don't know how that ends though. That because he's not the only one, right? We're gonna hit football season. Why are they playing? The opener's on a Thursday, right? The Houston Baptist game. If it's on a Thursday, why are they playing on Thursday? And if it's on Saturday, why didn't they play on Thursday? Why is it Saturday? Look, it's too hot, it's too cold, it's too early, it's too late, it's too Saturday, it's too Thursday. Do your thing, man. If it's a priority, you're going to go. But this whole that of all of the, gosh, and there's a number of them. The whole "it's not free enough" thing is number one to me. That's got to end. Nothing's ever free enough here. Nothing is ever free. But
by the way, so the game started at 6.
Wow.
It was over at like 7:45.
Yes. What time were you home?
I got home about 8:45. Just kind of stuck around, did some posting and stuff, talked with some people. So.
Yeah.
Like if I left the building, I probably could have got home by 8.
I just do your thing, man. Be you, because I think you're dead right. You can tell me, all right, can you make it at 2:00 in the afternoon on this day, and you wouldn't be there. I know. All right, got a few lines open at 505-246-06.
Every time, Omar. Every time you get me.
I know. And I shouldn't read it, but, well, I do. Thought about buying a new home? Thinking about maybe something bigger. Maybe you're looking at a different hood. Listen to this, all right? Mortgage rates continue, and they have been for a while, but it's not going to be forever, be incredibly low. That makes your dream home very affordable, especially when you work with American Financing, America's home for home loans. Look, American Financing is terrific. What they do for you is create custom home loans designed specifically for you, so you are able to find the best mortgage for your home financing needs. So that means whether it's your first home, whether it's your next home, maybe it's a investment home, or it's your forever home, they've got you covered. They never charge up front or hidden fees. It's really a no pressure, no obligation experience. It's focused on you. So the question really is, what are you waiting for? Make the move. With rates still incredibly low, there's never been a better time to buy and make that move. Pre-qualify for free by calling 423-551-6525. That's 423-551-6525, or visit AmericanFinancing.net, NMLS 182334, and MLSConsumerAccess.org.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
It's too early, it's too late, it's too hot, it's too cold, it's too... Here's Omar says August 23rd at 7:30. Words for Omar for now, Jeff, so let's book it. But I can't guarantee something won't pop up between now and
life, man. We got it. We get it.
Yeah, I get it.
Who would have thought, though, you'd start complaining about a summer
I don't know, man.
Sunday night at 6 o'clock?
I don't know. I mean... It was honestly a pretty damn good time to have that. It was a
Saturday at 6, you're like, well, we're just hitting the hard stuff, getting ready for the fights.
Right.
Friday, you're like, well, we're going out to the bar.
Yeah. And it was weekend before, it was July 4th.
Yeah, you get it. Sunday's your recovery day.
So. But it was the weekend after the 4th. I mean, look, what do I know? Vince, what do you know? What's happening?
Hey, gentlemen, not to change the subject off that exhibition game, because it sounds like it was a really cool event, and I, for one, I'm gonna confess to everybody, I just didn't go. So I don't have an excuse. Just didn't go, and I wish I would have. But wanted to turn everyone's attention to the festivities in Denver this week. Beautiful Coors Field tonight. The Home Run Derby is going to have non-humidor balls in the event tonight.
Oh, wow.
That means the balls are going to fly.
Yeah.
It's going to be incredible. And, JJ, this may be the last time you see Trevor Story in a Rockies uniform. So
I know it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be bittersweet, but I'm glad that Coors got to host it this year. It's going to be nice to kind of showcase the third oldest stadium in the National League.
Is that right?
93. Right?
All right, so just behind Wrigley and Dodger Field, Dodger Stadium, it's the oldest stadium in the National League.
That's it. Yep.
That's insanity.
Yeah, it's actually 95 because I think they played the first.
They played the first 2 years at Mile High Stadium.
Mile High, yeah. So 94, 95 kind of really when it started. So really hard to believe that it's the third oldest stadium, but it should be really entertaining tonight with using the non-humidor balls. So you may see some third deck action, some rooftop action, the big bar that's up on the rooftop of the right field. So it's going to be exciting. I hope everybody watches it, and it should be a great event. So enjoy, and you guys have a good week, okay?
You too. Why is that crazy to me? I mean, if you'd have told me that was the third oldest stadium in the National League, I said, no way. No way.
Well, because they do a fantastic job at the stadium. It's still such a nice venue. It's remodeled a little bit. Talk about the rooftop deck. And they just opened the, I want to say McGregor, but the coach that passed away. I forget his last name. I thought that was part of the organization. They just named the outdoor. They just redid a huge. So they have like an outdoor mall, sports bars, whole thing right there at Coors Field that just opened up a couple weeks ago.
Right, yeah, I don't know.
Just blanking on it right now.
Howard says, Jeff, I did attend the game. In fact, it took 6 other people with me. We were originally a group of 10. That got whittled down. Of course, people had excuses, but I did go, and I took 6 other people with me. All right, cool. Edward's like, I considered going. Thought it would be a fun, cool event with a good vibe. I thought about it. Okay. So did I. Actually, I had my credentials. I just didn't get back in time. I mean, I thought about it, too.
Happens.
Yeah, it happens. Lobo Hobo says 4 preseason games, Jeff. Wasn't part of the 17-game NFL regular season expansion trimming back on NFL's mindless, pointless, endless preseason? I thought it was. Did they still have 4 preseason games? I thought they did cut it back. I guess I'm mistaken. Rod says Sam Hamilton equals Lobo football, Jeff. The way he limped off the pitch, he looked like a recent Lobo quarterback. So I don't think he limped off. Didn't he get carted off?
He was carted off the field.
Yeah, Sam Hamilton of United. All right, so you haven't hit that yet. 1-1, they're United playing a man up for a good part of the second half against Colorado Springs. Haji Berry scored the goal for Colorado Springs, and on that play is when Sam Hamilton got injured and got carted off. A red card late, or well, not all that late. I mean, what was it? They played about 20 minutes?
52nd minute.
So that's almost 38 minutes that United was a man up, and they almost got beat. Going to extra time, and the 91st minute is when Michael Ariza got the go-ahead goal.
Yeah, so a huge sigh of relief at the end of this game, because this was one where if they would have ended up tied, it would have felt like a loss. Being a man up that long, and not just being back home, it's the fact that Colorado Springs was still creating dangerous chances a man down. And it's one where I think Friday night, if you weren't there, it's the realization of this United team is not going to be dynamic. They're not going to be explosive. They adjusted. And Josh Suggs, after the game, said they made a point to go out there to be the physical team, to muck things up a little bit. And you saw the game got really chippy both ways early, not necessarily just because of what United was doing. There were 9 yellow cards in the game, the 1 red card to Sebastian Anderson. And it's the identity of this United team this year is they're going to be really good on set pieces. They scored the first 2 goals off of set piece opportunities. They're going to defend a lot more. They're going to try to play direct ball on the counter, but it's not necessarily the team that the fans are expecting. It's just who they are at the moment. And tonight is going to be, I think, another tough one because Charleston's the same way. They'll sit back, they'll defend. So who's going to take the initiative? Who's going to be on the attack? It could be a tough one where this is like a 1-0 type of game.
Well, I mean, what do you expect in the long run? I mean, do you expect, each night you expect something 2-1, 3-1, don't you? Right? Yeah. So 1-0. Charleston is 3-3. There's a lot of emotion in this game. And I think the emotion's one way. Do you think Charleston, does anybody on that roster, anybody still there, have a...
It's between the coaching staffs.
Yeah, so is there familiarity with the coaching staff? I know Michael Ariza...
he
played there.
So
and Troy Lassane coached there. That's where these guys.
The assistant coach Zach Prince won a league championship, playing for Charleston.
So
it's not. It's all coaching staff related, pretty much.
All right. Other than that, there's I know Troy said we want to show them what we're building here, and I think that's great and all. But I mean, when it comes down to it, does anybody on the pitch really? Does it mean anything to anybody else other than a Monday night game?
No.
By the way, Monday night game, have we ever seen one of those here?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, I'm not sure we have. And I know there were about 6,000 tickets that were sold. Be interesting to see what kind of crowd comes out on a Monday night. I'm sure it'll be a nice crowd. And what were you delayed about an hour and a half? An hour and a minute? 61 minutes was it?
Kick off about 8:30 on Friday night.
You got some good storms, huh? Yeah.
That's monsoon rain.
Yeah, that's what happens.
That lightning, that will get you.
All right, so this is a big one for them, too, because then they're back out on the road?
Yep.
Okay. All right. We'll see if that's a confidence builder, because as I was watching that match, and I was watching, I thought you did a really nice job with Tyler the other day. It was one of those feels like, and they may lose shorthanded, and then what happens? I felt that game swinging the other way as I was sitting there watching it, and I'm thinking, dang. I mean, there was pressure on them before. They lose at home shorthanded. Then what?
It's a mistakes. Like the giveaway, another giveaway, which led to Haji Berry's goal. Just a bad pass in your own half. Jump on it, and you have the best goal scorer in the championship right now in front of goal. He's going to get it done. And then there was a moment a little bit later, another turnover. Beckford bearing dip down on Tambakis one-on-one. Tambakis makes a huge save. To me, he was the man of the match. Everyone... the goal that puts them up, Illich getting the third one, but it was what Tambakis did to keep them in the game, because he also had a huge save on a header in the second half that if he doesn't make those saves, all of a sudden it's 2-1, 3-1 Colorado Springs, and you're sitting there going, how are we going to create chances? How can we score against this team?
Yeah. All right. If you want to get on that, you can. You can get in on the finals last night. You can get in on what went down at the pit yesterday. You can get down on Altuve's walk-off against the Yankees. Yankees were up 7-2 going into the ninth last night. I mean, you want to talk about a fan base that is about ready to lose it and is on the ledge. That is a Yankee fan.
And it was the Astros.
And it was the Astros. And it was Altuve. Oh, and they ripped his shirt off. Did you see the tattoo?
Where was it?
505-246-0610 is how to get to us. That's the NMDOT text line. It is also the Quan's Auto Care hotline, so take part in that. Albuquerque has a great new spot. Have you've been looking for that great gift for somebody, maybe for yourself, that special piece of memorabilia, sports memorabilia, history, music memorabilia, signed, whether it's by Pele or Prince, the Grateful Dead, Steph Curry, Jack Nicklaus, Marilyn Monroe. That's just some of the stuff I saw when I was at All In Autographs. Spent 2 hours just looking around the place. Oh, yeah, they do trading cards, and they've got an incredible selection of baseball cards and trading cards. But All In Autographs is a destination, the Albuquerque's premier sports memorabilia and collectible destination. They're at 2225 Wyoming Northeast. It's just to the south of Manal. Go in there and be amazed at what they've got. You will want something. I promise. It's like a museum. It's literally like a museum, and you can take some of it home. If you mention that you heard about All In Autographs here on the opening drive, you get $25 off your purchase of $100 or more. Clayton Kershaw's. There's Steph Curry. There's MMA and boxing stuff. And you go to their website, allinautographs.com, and you can just kind of get an idea. Hey, what do they have here? Oh, look at that. Pick your topic. Soccer, golf, racing, music, history, entertainment, All In Autographs. Call them at 505-504-7575. Coming up, they got card trading night on July 22nd, Texas Hold'em night on the 23rd, wine and whiskey tasting on the 24th, and then next month on August 7th, Lincoln Kennedy's going to be in for an appearance. The all great lineman Steve Garvey, the Dodger greats, coming in on August 5th. Nick Lowry of the Chiefs coming in August 20th. So keep an eye out for that. It's All In Autographs at 2225 Wyoming Northeast.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspets.com.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. DCE Systems want to help schools reopen and keep students, teachers, and staff safe. New Mexico's distributor of no-valent Shield Plus, an antimicrobial hand sanitizer that lasts 24 hours. That's right, 24 hours. 1 liter will provide approximately 2,000 individual applications. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to DCESystemsInc.com to learn more. DCE Systems is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
All right, so Danny Gonzalez was texted and said that they did move it to Thursday. The opener is on Thursday. And he said so the Labor Day crowd can still go out of town and attend the game. And I think that's the right move. Lobo opener is on Thursday. That was really weird. How did I not hear that?
You're listening to the Post 5. By the way, Joe Rogan getting in there. That man is always going to get his interview. Conor McGregor, broken leg. Still adrenaline rushing through him, but he's definitely starting to feel it. He's like, oh, yeah. Oh. But Joe Rogan right there, man, microphone, getting his sound.
Where'd Conor go, man? Your wife's in my DMs and your...
Everything that was firing in his brain at that moment, from pain to adrenaline to I don't want this to be over to how do I talk myself back into another fight? Because you started to see... It's Conor McGregor. He's already crazy. A lot of times you're like, what is this man saying? And then you realize this is a man with a broken leg that's trying to do all this still.
Yeah, it's insane. 505-246-0610. It's the Quan's Auto Care Hotline, the NMDOT text line. Terry, good morning. How you living, Terry?
Good morning, gentlemen. Hope you both had a great weekend. Hope the lacrosse tournament went well. So, Kenny, it's good to hear him sound happy. 20 years ago, whichever it was, Jeff, you described the success the team had, but, Kenny took a lot of grief from people. Bliss would want us to play small and put him at the 5 instead of Daniel Santiago, and so it always like, oh, why isn't he in shape or all that? And I'm like, fans are just being jerks sometimes. So I'm glad he seems happy and wants to be back in Albuquerque, and that's good. To make JJ happy, I agree with you, Jeff. I think they'll miss Sarge on their home games, the Suns. And not that he's a great fit, but Frank the Tank is probably less than zero helpful. At least Sarge would occasionally have a threat to put up a shot. I don't think it'll make any difference in Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee will dominate, again, Game 4 and potentially Game 6. The one I was kind of hoping for and thought maybe, Jeff, you would have his jersey on is Daniel Camarino. What was it, last Thursday? He is the one that relief pitcher for San Diego that hit the Grand Slam.
We talked about that the other day. Tell me, it was his second at bat in the big leagues, but pitchers can't hit. Yeah, they can if they want to. Yeah, they can.
So, it's one of those where you literally have walked, and that's where I think, putting in a little soccer comment, the unwritten rules are rubbish, where you say that any game is safe because, the Nats were up 8-0, Scherzer's on the mound, and the Nats wind up losing. So when, they're talking about don't steal a base here or there, there is no time limit in baseball. So, to me, it's like play to win the whole time. And that just shows how things can come back to bite you if you just let it go. My favorite hitter, because I can't say he's the best, was George Brett.
Another great one.
I got to see him live the year he hit 390. Obviously, Gwynn, Rod Carew, something like that, Boggs, there are different ones that did it. But I had collected cards, and Brett would have different stances on different years of where he held the bat and everything. He just adjusted through the years, and from that standpoint. And my flub of the weekend, I thought I'd be a good person, tape the Euro Finals, set it with extended time, make sure I didn't hear the score, get home, get to the point, run out of tape, and they're barely into the overtime period, so I didn't get to see the PKs or anything. So Yeah, that was my.
Got to add that on any live sporting event. You got to add at least an extra hour to the end. You got to.
Yeah, I fell for I only hit add extended time, which was only the
30.
half hour.
Yeah,
so I should have hit tape on the next show, and I blew it. So it was a big ET on my part. So from that end, habit. So. Yeah, I'll watch tonight and see. They're talking about guys hitting the ball 500 feet tonight, so it should be a pretty good show. So you guys have a good rest of the day.
All right,
Take care.
Terry. Thanks. Enjoy that. And the home run derby is tonight. It's at Coors Field. They're not humidifying the balls. They could go forever and ever and ever. You ever do that? So I record stuff, and I almost never watch the live events, the sports events. That's why live sports event. So when am I going to have time to sit down? First of all, not know the result, sit down and watch. I record them all the time. I record Lobo games all the time. I record all kind. I never watch them. Never. The only thing I think I've watched that I've recorded is New Mexico Bulls.
Of course, because you're doing so much in the moment.
Well, I never see the game, and I'm watching.
You want to see what it looks like, presentation, all that. Yeah, it's you got to plan ahead. Live sporting events, especially we've seen in the Euros, everything went to penalties late in the tournament. Just always add that extra hour. Just give yourself that buffer on the DVR.
Hey, locally, congratulations to the Albuquerque Baseball Academy Club team. From what I understand, they are the first non-Farmington team in the 57 years the Connie Mack World Series has been played in Farmington. The first New Mexico non-Farmington team to qualify for the Connie Mack World Series. They will be up in Farmington to play in the Connie Mack World Series July 23rd through the 31st. They went 7 over the weekend, and it's a big deal. We're going to reach out and do something with them this week. But congratulations to that Albuquerque Baseball Academy Club team who went up there. That's a big deal. There's some baseball in this state, man. Homegrown talent, baseball and soccer in this state, I think is pretty legit, don't you?
Absolutely.
We hear you can't do it with New Mexico athletes. Football, basketball, it's tough just because of sheer numbers and what you're doing. We learned a lot about lacrosse this weekend. But I think some of the things, we got some great young golfers. Did you see the young lady from UNM who shot a 64 at Twin to win the New Mexico West Texas amateur this weekend? And then Callie Ward, the 8th grader from Albuquerque Academy, finished second, an 8th grader playing with these women. So we got some great young golfing talent. There's obviously some really good baseball players here, and wonderful. It's good to see them soccer. It's good to see these young athletes doing so well and competing. I think the coaches here, what Mike Foote does at the ABA is terrific. So congratulations to them. You're going to get some baseball this week. I think there's excitement now that the Alex Bregman thing looks like it's going to happen. He's going to be in town at Isotopes Park this week. I was just looking at the stuff from the pit last night.
It should be fun. I think there's going to be a couple people sprinkled throughout the crowd, make sure that they get their shots in. But overall, should be a great reception for Alex.
So I was having this conversation in Colorado Springs this weekend. There was a young man who plays lacrosse for the Duke City Scorpions. He just graduated from El Dorado High School. He's a baseball fan, just a 17, 18-year-old young man. And we're having the conversation, Alex Bregman, and he's like, yeah, I really like him, but... And I said, okay, so what would you have done? Well, and we painted the scenario. I said, think of it was the coach also. And I said, what would you have done? Like you're the first round pick, the hot shot comes up, you get called up in July from AAA baseball, and you go into and again, please understand, this doesn't excuse it, but it somewhat explains.
No one's saying he should have stopped it. Yeah. He did it.
He didn't. Yeah.
No one's saying Alex Bregman should have stopped it.
No, but I'm saying
part of it.
So however it is you feel about Alex, right? And I think this will play into how do you feel about the young man. What would you? I just asked people, what would you have done? And would you have?
They would probably done it, just like the Serra era. He still did it.
Yeah, but he still did it.
I understand. What would you have done? Argument is not going to take away from sports fans knowing that it wasn't allegations like Major League Baseball said y'all cheated to win a World Series.
Look, all I'm doing, I'm not telling you how to feel. All I'm saying when I have that conversation, I'm going back to your topic tree. Does the topic end right there? You did it. Or do we look into why it does? So we never look into why people do things? We never look into, we always examine what would you have done? Why do people, we always do. Except for in this one, it's just cut and dry. You can't look at, we did it with steroids. We've had this conversation countless times. If I was coming up in that era and I'm watching the guy next to me inject himself and make millions of dollars, I can't tell you I wouldn't have done it.
No.
So this is the only topic where it's just cut and dry. You can't look into why?
Jeff, people like Alex Bregman, a lot of people know him in the family. You can be a good guy and still get blasted for being a part of the team.
Blast him. I'm just saying, so does it end there? We can't have the conversation more. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying clear him of it. I'm not. I'm just saying, okay, yes, he did it. Now think it to the next level. That's all. I'm just topic treeing it.
Well, it's the same thing with our initial reaction when we kind of brought up Barry Bonds a little bit ago, and you're just like, ugh. But
okay.
He did it like everyone else.
Did Barry Bonds ever come out, and whether you like Alex and Altuve and Correa's apology, did he ever apologize? Whether you like what they say, whether you think it was insufficient or not, did he ever say we did it and apologize? Is there a difference to a guy who's still denying it to this day in Barry Bonds?
Oh, I think so.
Okay.
But it doesn't take away from what happened. Like,
No,
I'm not
it doesn't
saying
take
Alex
away
Bregman isn't going to stop it. I'm also not going to
just clear him.
Go crazy if some dude wants to be the dork that's out there with a trash can.
Nor am I. I understand how you feel. I'm just asking. All I'm saying is, and it's think it to the next level.
It's because they won the World Series. Are they the only ones that ever done something bad? No, absolutely
they won
not.
The World Series.
But when you get to the World Series, win the championship, that's going to hang with you more than maybe if the Yankees did it or what the Red Sox might have done.
Yep, the Red Sox did it too, but they didn't win the World Series. No, you're right. You're right. I'm not saying he didn't do it. I'm not saying forget about it. I'm not saying this was the situation, but it's okay.
The same thing would happen if it was Jose Altuve, if it was Carlos Correa coming on a rehab assignment, not just Alex Bregman.
Yeah, I think that's right. I guess I shouldn't have that it's just cut and dry with this one. You can't say why. Yep, they did it. Period.
Well, what does that get you? You want me to?
No, I don't want you to do anything. I want you to argue with me like you're arguing. I'm good with that.
I see what you're saying.
But when you go out there and scream and boo, I just think, and which is you're right, and which is it's okay. I always say, well, what would you have done? That's all. I say that in every situation. I always try to put myself in that situation. And so, what would you have done? What would you have done if you were Kenny Thomas last night? What would you have done if you were the manager of the England soccer team? Would you have made that? That's all. I always say put yourself in this situation.
But
this
when
is no
you
different.
say that, what are you trying to get people to take a step back and
just think? I'm just asking people to think. That's all. I'm not telling you how to be a fan. I was just asking you to think. What would
would you have done? I probably wouldn't have stopped it either. So
does it make you think about it different? That's all. And if it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm just asking you. I'm trying to make you think differently. If it makes you feel different, that's great. If it doesn't, that's cool too. That's all.
Because I'm with you. I'm not expecting a rookie to come up and change everything.
I am. No, I'm kidding. Look, he's angry. He's angry. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM at AM 670 Sports Animal.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspets.com.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry. I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on. What's the worst that could happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry. We'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters! It's like it never happened!
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom has portable AC units for rent. Applications include server rooms, retail outlets, healthcare facilities, laboratories, convenience stores and truck stops, events, concerts, and weddings. All of these units are 120-volt plug and play. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Mike, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk Live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talk It Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
Center fielder, Caden Bell on first. Here's the pitch to Heath. Struck him out. And great pitching by Alvarado. That'll do it for the Tigers in the top of the fifth.
A great crowd for a mid-afternoon game. Swing and a miss, and there's a strikeout, number 5 for Matt Romero.
Smith talking to the batter here. That's a, oh, wow. Nice, and that's an out.
What did I tell you? That one's that gets over the head of the right fielder. That's going to bring in 2 runs. As Adrian Martinez with the RBI double.
Towards the latter part. Pitch, and that's other way for a single. That's going to score 2. That makes the score 9-0. So RBI double. That's going to make it. That's it. It's 10 runs there.
1-0's the count. And this one's high. It's going deep. And it's going to fall in. He's digging for third, and he gets there. Ezra Mestas with the 3-bagger. He gets the triple, and 2 more runs scored.
Steal to third base.
He brought the hot sauce for strike 3.
Small ball team for Reed Fiegel this year. That one is hit on the line to left. It's going to send Avila back to the warning track, to the wall, and he's going to watch it go. It's a solo homer off the bat of Bo Kidd. One nothing Eagles. Just when we were talking about small ball, the Eagles played long ball. That boy's well hit to left. Coming in on it is Morrison. He drops it, and the Ravens win it.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home Things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
The Alex Bregman conversation is going to be interesting this week. You're going to sell out. You're going to go to the game. You want to see him. You want to cheer him. You want to boo him. You want to bang trash. You can do whatever you want. All I'm asking is just, I just try to expand.
The reason is he went to a team. They were good. He's not going to be that guy that goes in there and shakes up, but he did it.
Yeah, he did it. He's part of it, and he knows it.
Those guys try to apologize for it, but it's not something that sports fans are going to take lightly, especially when they win a championship about it. My thing is, when you look at situations like this in sport, and we'll see it happen, we'll continue to see teams or players try to skirt the rules of the game. But especially looking at what this was and only at home and what kind of advantage did you gain. Because you watch this team right now, like, they're still good. Like Correa, Altuve, Bregman, they're good baseball players. And it just makes you think, like, is the game that hard that baseball's really hard, but it's like that much pressure to be like, we need to just know where this pitch is going to be. Like, to your point, the whole would you have done it, but I also ask just why?
Why? I'm with you on the why. I'm with you because you got an edge. Why do you put spider tack on the baseball?
Mm-hmm. But to go to that extent and just the arrogance.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Of that overall situation. Like steroid era, locker room, you're getting stronger, all that stuff behind the scenes. This was
video camera to relay the messages, to bang. I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. 100%. Lobo Hobo says, I know you have a weakness for bald, middle-aged white guys, Jeff. Jim Furyk was senior magic. Jim Furyk won the U.S. Senior Open yesterday.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. David, good morning.
Hello, a couple of things, and briefly. If I was in control of it, I would have accepted the testimony from the players, giving them immunity, but then I would have banned the team for 3 years of postseason play. And I don't know if that would have ultimately included the pandemic, because last year they weren't that good, but that would have easily included, because all rules then covered the pandemic as well. So that would have included this year. But it raises the point that a lot of people don't want that kind of thing because they're the good team, they're the celebrity team. And more important for the reason for saying all this is because even though fans say that, oh, no, I wouldn't do that, oh, no, that's wrong, they see that in the end, if ultimately the win is the result, along the idea of a cheater, will a cheater cheat if they know it could lose them a position, cause them death, and ultimately have all this risk, including whatever, they would still say yes, because the reward is worth it.
I agree with that.
And all that said, I don't think that, the discussion, I think, to be fair, would be how can you and will you punish a successful team? Meaning if LeBron does something that's worthy of punishment, can you, will you, and it's a two-part question, can you, will you, and how will you? Three-part question, can you, will you, how will you punish a successful team player?
Yeah, and I think it's going to be sport by sport and situation by situation. David, thank you for that. I look, his point on is it worth the cheating is that I think is one of the biggest pieces of what happened here. What did you disincentivize me to do? I've asked this question countless times. If I've asked it to Lobo fans. If, let's just say you got caught in a recruiting scandal, a violation, or academic, one of these teams that gets put on 2 years probation because it stemmed from a team that got you to the Elite Eight or Final Four, or, dare I say, a championship, would you take that? And the answer is hell yes. Because you get that experience, you get that season. You know what? Okay, you're taken away. You're angry. You're pissed. They got to take the banner down. Whatever. You know what you went through. It's the Reggie Bush thing. Did we see it? That whole thing. Astro fan got to experience that. They won the World Series. They got to live through it. They went to the game.
They're the ones now fighting everyone else.
And they still have it. It wasn't taken away. So what's the disincentive, or what's the incentive to not do it? right? And his point's not wrong. Would most sports fan say, yeah, we cheated, but we won because I had the experience.
And to that, I think just baseball fans, some of the people think the only thing they can do is just keep putting the pressure on these guys for however long they're around, or for the next few years until it finally wears off. That's all you can do is your funny memes or your jokes, or if you want to be that guy. I think there's just a sense of, well, that's kind of all we can do because they got immunity.
Will it be a race if they win? Let's just say they win this year, next year, when you think it's legit, without that scandal hanging over them. If this, because the core of that group is still together, most of it. If the Astros win, will it erase part of it? It's never going away.
Not going to erase it, but I think it will just highlight.
Will it numb the your? I don't know. I don't know what it numbs.
I think it just adds to the frustration of the things that we care about. We do care about sports, and sometimes, we're irrational about things. But I think a lot of people just kind of step back and go, like, you guys are already good, and you just tainted it to get maybe an extra hit or two. Like, really, what impact did it have? Because the story sounds so terrible.
Yeah, but look, I mean, it was at home, and look what they did on the road. Like, look at Alex Bregman hit a home run off Clayton Kershaw in the World Series at Dodger Stadium, and they only had the setup at home, right? I mean, to your point, they were so good without it. Thanks to Kenny Thomas for calling in today. Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Cowherd after that. Sports Bar this afternoon at 4, and then you get Isotopes and Round Rock this afternoon. What time? Whatever. I don't know. Somebody will tell me what. 5:45 today. All right? Big day?
Huge day.
Enjoy it today. Bob, Aaron, thank you. Wonderful work. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. with more award-winning radio. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.